Two brothers are dead after one brother drove more than 700 miles with one goal in mind: to murder his brother. As Jim Murray reports, home security footage captured the moment a man walked onto his brother's front porch and then launched his violent attack.
You're watching a Cain and Abel tragedy as it unfolds. This man shows up unexpectedly at his brother's front door. Jeffrey Roberts has driven 730 miles from his home in California to get there. Then his brother Scott answers the door. The greeting is friendly.
Hey, what's up? What are you doing? Came to the case. We came by to see Mom. She's not here?
According to family members, the brothers have been estranged for a long time. For 25 seconds, they chatted on the doorstep. Suddenly, the unthinkable happens. Roberts pulls out a pistol and opens fire. He kills his own brother, just like the biblical tale of Cain and Abel. A neighbor calls 911.
It sounded like gunshots.
How many did you hear?
Several.
Roberts leaves the house, ejecting a magazine from his pistol. Cops say he has plenty more. And he comes back with this, a shotgun. The gunman's path of destruction wasn't over yet. Cops say he shot his sister-in-law, then set off road flares like these inside the house to burn down his brother's home. When police pull up, there's a Wild West shootout. And the gunman pays with his life.
Investigators say along with the weapons and loaded magazines, they found more than 150 shotgun shells. Scott Roberts' wife is now recovering.
1 week after a fatal shooting and house fire in a North Ogden neighborhood, the Weber County attorney is releasing video of the incident.
Fox 13 News has been reviewing that video, and Kelly Chapman joins us now from the newsroom with a look. Kelly?
Hi, Max. Robin, newly released doorbell and police body camera video of a shooting and house fire shows exactly what led up to the deaths of two brothers in North Ogden 1 week ago now. We have decided to share only portions of the video, but we still want to warn you, what you're about to see and hear may be disturbing to some viewers.
How long has she been there? About a year. Really?
Now, in the doorbell video, 66-year-old Jeffrey Roberts is seen speaking with his brother Scott before pulling a gun from his jacket and shooting him several times. After fatally shooting his brother, Jeffrey then went into the home. He shot his brother's wife, Jody Roberts, who survived and is now recovering in the hospital. Police think Jeffrey lit the home on fire using road flares. When officers arrived at the scene, Jeffrey repeatedly shot at them. When Jeffrey exited the home, he again fired on officers who shot back, hitting and killing the suspect. Police then discovered he was armed with a handgun and 23 fully loaded magazines. A shotgun was also found in his possession. As the community copes with this tragedy, a prayer vigil will take place at Mountain View Park in North Ogden at 6 p.m. this coming Saturday. Bradley says the North Ogden mayor, North Ogden police chief, also a representative from the Roberts family are set to speak at that vigil. In the newsroom, Kelly Chapman, Fox 13 News, Utah.
It all started when Jeffrey Roberts made an unexpected appearance at his brother's home. He traveled 730 miles from his home in California to get there. And video shows him talking with his brother Scott after he answers the door. The tragedy of Cain and Abel played out again over the weekend in Utah. It all started when Jeffrey Roberts made an unexpected appearance at his brother's home. He traveled 730 miles from his home in California to get there. And video shows him talking with his brother Scott after he answers the door. The greeting is friendly, and it is hard to believe that the brothers have been estranged for years, according to the family. The men chat for about 25 seconds on the doorstep when suddenly the unthinkable happens, authorities said. Robert pulls out a pistol and opens fire, killing his own brother, just like the biblical tale of Cain and Abel. A neighbor overheard the shooting and called 911, saying he heard the gun being fired several times. Roberts left his brother's house, but then came back to open fire on his sister-in-law soon after, officials said. Scott Roberts' wife survived the shooting and is now recovering. He then lit up roadside flares and threw them into the home in an attempt to burn down the house, authorities said. Police arrived on the scene and exchanged gunfire with Roberts, who was shot and killed, and firefighters extinguished the fire at the home.
Guns on the floor, guns on the floor! He's down. Headshot window.
This time, investigators say Roberts used road flares to start his brother's house on fire. As police arrive on the scene, Roberts begins firing. As they return fire, the incident is caught on Ring video. 3 officers opened fire on the scene, but only 1 activated their body camera in time. This is video of the officers arriving on the scene. Jeffrey Roberts was shot and killed as gunfire was exchanged. After that, officers approached, working to secure the scene.
Stand by, stand by. I don't see his gun.
Investigators say they found weapons, loaded magazines, and more than 150 shotgun shells in Roberts' possession. This is a sad and tragic story, and unfortunately, we're gonna get ready to deep dive into this so we can really understand what made a brother want to drive 730 miles to take the life of his own blood brother. 2 brothers are dead after one apparently drove more than 700 miles across 3 states to kill the other before setting his brother's house on fire and getting into a fatal shootout with police. Jeffrey Roberts, 66, is believed to have driven from Long Beach, California to North Ogden, Utah, and killed his brother Scott Roberts. Footage from a Ring doorbell camera and police body cameras show both the initial confrontation between the brothers as well as the deadly shootout between the suspect and law enforcement that followed. Home security footage released by the Weber County Attorney's Office shows Jeffrey Roberts approaching the home at around 7:12 p.m. and ringing the doorbell. While he waits for a response, he is seen reaching his right hand into the left inside pocket of his jacket and appearing to adjust the contents. Scott Roberts answers the door, and the two have what sounds like a relatively friendly, if not superficial, chat.
Hey, what's up? What are you doing? Comes to we came by to see Mom. She's not here? Where's she at? In Missouri? What's she doing there? Well, she's living with Lorinda's mom, who's taking care of her. Really? Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Jeffrey Roberts says. What are you doing? Scott Roberts replies. Jeffrey Roberts says that he came to the house to quote-unquote see Mom. She's not here, Scott Roberts says, telling his brother that she's in Missouri living with a woman who's taking care of her. How long has she been there? Jeffrey Roberts asks. At this time, a small white and brown dog is seen on the front porch, his tail wagging as it sniffs at the feet of the visitor.
Well, how long has she been there? About a year.
About a year, Scott Roberts says. Jeffrey Roberts reaches into the left inside pocket of his jacket with his right hand. Really? He says. Scott Roberts doesn't verbally respond. Jeffrey Roberts then pulls out a handgun and starts shooting.
Hey, what's up? What are you doing? Comes to we came by to see Mom. She's not here? Where's she at? In Missouri? What's she doing there? Well, she's living with Lorinda's mom, who's taking care of her. Really? Yeah. Well, how long has she been there? About a year. Really?
Screaming can be heard in the background as Jeffrey Roberts appears to fire off a few more rounds before entering the home. More yelling and more gunshots soon follow. The dog, who was visibly startled by the sound of gunfire, is seen running into the home after Jeffrey Roberts forces his way in. Audio from a 911 call reveals that a neighbor believed he heard gunshots coming from the house, although he wasn't certain.
It was next door and it sounded like gunshots, but I'm not sure about that. But
It was next door and it sounded like gunshots, but I'm not sure about that, a man's voice is heard saying on the 911 call, according to the Weber County Attorney's Office. The neighbor, who was not identified, told the dispatcher that he heard several gunshots before seeing a man in front of Scott Roberts' home. There was a guy that walked out of the house, but I couldn't tell, the neighbor said, adding that the man was in a brown van and was still there.
and there was a guy that walked out of the house, but I couldn't tell. Like I said, it was pretty loud, but it sounded.
Was it a male or?
A male in a brown van.
Do you know if that male lives there or?
No, I've never seen the van, but it looks like it's a work van, so I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm questioning myself, but it sounded like gunshot.
I've never seen the van, but it looks like it's a work van, but I don't know, the neighbor said. Now I'm questioning myself. He told the dispatcher that it sounded like gunshots and asked for police to at least come check it out. Ring doorbell camera video shows Jeffrey Roberts walking out of the house and returning moments later carrying a shotgun and a large bag. He is breathing heavily as he re-enters the house. Empty my bank accounts as quickly as you can, he is heard saying into the phone.
Give it to Julie. Gang gets my truck, you never know. What else do I got here? Oh, look at my garage and get my ear shit out of my garage ASAP. Scan them friggin' turtles. Empty my bank account as quick as you can.
Next, the doorbell camera footage shows Jeffrey Roberts firing his handgun toward the street. He steps forward, away from the house, before apparently being shot multiple times by police and falling to the ground. One of the 3 officers on the scene had his body camera turned on. It shows them firing on Jeffrey Roberts and approaching him after he falls to the ground. The officers approach the house as the fire alarm continues to sound and black smoke pours out the door and windows. One of the officers determines that a woman inside said she had been shot.
3 officers opened fire on the scene, but only 1 activated their body camera in time. This is video of the officers arriving on the scene. Jeffrey Roberts was shot and killed as gunfire was exchanged. After that, officers approached, working to secure the scene.
Stand by, stand by. I don't see his gun. Guns on the floor, guns on the floor. He's down. Headshot window.
There's another person, dead person. There's a fire inside the house.
I don't think we can go inside with this smoke.
Cover me. Who's covering? Who's covering?
I got you. We got you.
Female says she was shot. Where's she at?
Go deal with her.
I don't think we can go inside with this smoke, an officer is heard saying on the police body camera footage.
There's a fire inside the house.
I don't think we can go inside with this smoke.
Despite those concerns, Scott Roberts' wife is apparently able to be removed from the house. According to the Weber County Attorney's Office, Jeffrey Roberts shot her and she is recovering from her injuries. Authorities say that Jeffrey Roberts is believed to have used road flares to set fire to the house. The county attorney's office says Roberts was carrying 23 fully loaded handgun magazines. He was also found with a 12-gauge shotgun and had more than 150 shotgun shells in his possession, officials said. The confrontation apparently endangered other residents. According to the county attorney's office, a house across the street received multiple bullet impacts from Jeffrey Roberts. Alright gang, and there y'all have it. This is the story of the brother that drove 730 miles from Long Beach to Utah to take the life of his own brother and to have his own life taken by police. This is a sad story, man. Like they said, it's like almost like Cain and Abel, you know? But drillers and trappers, trappers and drillers, we back at it, man. 247, 2024, you know what it is. Just go ahead, do me a favor and just chill out and watch that next video. Gang.